Hello everyone, Sentinel2, welcome to another comparisons, this time on a bunch of plant or crop related magic and tech data packs. So I'm sort of going to combine a few different types of categories into one video in comparison for data packs compared to mods, depending on what I find. And recipes and certain other structure ones might be in their own particular videos, or I might go to other sources. Like Planet Minecraft compared to CurseForge to search for a few, or maybe even go to certain one command creations compared to Datapacks, who knows. But yeah, this one's mostly about the topics I listed before. So yeah, first up we have Take Root, which allows for saplings, seeds, crops, netherwort, chorus fruit, and sweet berries if they are in their item entity form, so if they're sort of just like the seeds just sort of sitting there or lying down, then pretty much if they have the ability to, after a minute, see probably a farmland block or some grass, then they'll replant themselves automatically, so you don't have to plant them yourselves. They'll just go, oh, okay, we see this is a block in that we can plant ourselves in, and it'll do it itself. With dinos and dodos, you've got pretty much a bunch of prehistoric flora and fauna, as well as some structures and certain other bits and pieces. I've tried the wiki and I've tried the source link, and there's nothing, so there's no images unfortunately, but I have looked inside the folder inside here, and there's a bunch of structures, so a bunch of rooms and dungeons and such, along with some other bits and pieces in the resource pack and so on. Let's see what else. Obviously I could show on that what actually happens, but there's probably a lot to show, and I'll probably do something like this one maybe in its own dedicated video. There's a few loot tables, there's a ton of different recipes. Okay, maybe not. So there's advancements. I'm trying to find something. So crafting, there's an incubator for eggs, I assume. There's some sapling stuff, chest loot from the structures, and more. So a fair amount of stuff that appears, of course, but again I'll do my own video on that probably. You've got more plants, which adds the ability for you to have more plants, I guess. So the player heads on the trees for decoration. The trees will drop edible food. Sorry. You've got an exotic trader to trade for this sort of stuff, and there's obviously certain biome dependent stuff. Something fruit, plant generation, random, and experimental, and there's drop time and other things can be considered. So there's certain fruits that obviously can appear on in certain biomes, so certain trees. So apple appears in these ones. We've got banana, which appears in these. Barley, which appears in those two. Coconut palm, and obviously coffee, corn, grape, lemon, lettuce, plains oil, orange, onion patches, raspberry bushes, strawberry, rice paddies, tomatoes, and a bunch more, of course. There's a bunch of different plant options there. We'll check images so we can see what there is. So that's pretty much what they look like. So you'll find these in a multitude of different biomes. Next we have sustainable forests, which pretty much adds the ability for automatically replanting of saplings on land, dirt, pods, or this is the common grass and dirt. After 4 minutes on plantable ground, the saplings receive a glowing aura. About 20 seconds before the saplings despawn, the saplings take root to sustain the forest you just chopped down. Saplings can be picked up at any time before they take root. So they'll automatically plant themselves. Dark oak is not available, and obviously the supported soils and the supported saplings are there. So if you want automatically replanting of stuff for trees, then you've got that. There's flower pot planting, which pretty much allows you to put anything in a flower pot, whether it be a sapling, a flower, or certain other things like pumpkins and melons, it seems. But I don't think it's things like wheat or beetroot or carrot or potato that you're putting in here. So yeah. Otherwise, you've got pig litters, which changes the way pigs are in a way. So you've got it, so namely making pigs more useful by changing them to have litters of 1 to 4 piglets when bred, instead of just the single pig that you get typically, or single piglet, sorry. Turning rabbits into a bit of a pest, squids having blindness in the video with such and such, so yeah. And obviously it takes from the following inspiration.